Here's the famous Appalachian Trail Conservancy headquarters and visitor center. This is considered the halfway mark for most people. Here at the Harpers Ferry post office, and it feels like Christmas. I just opened the box that I sent myself with all kinds of goodies, and then I'm going to put some weight in there that I don't need to carry anymore in my backpack. And just busy taking care of my feet. Little toes, basically one big blister now, and a couple others. But thinking about slowing down the pace a bit, taking a little more rest time. I've had an epiphany today that for this 55-year-old body, I've been doing too many miles. I'm just getting worn down and not enjoying this as much as I'd like to. So I'll be adjusting the hiking plan, probably scaling back to 12 to 15 miles a day instead of trying for 18 to 20. Maybe that'll come in another couple weeks when my legs are stronger, but especially in a cool place like Harper's Ferry, I just want to take time and enjoy it and see the sights and not just blow through town to get miles under my feet. So they say it's about the miles. I'm sorry. Correction. It's about the smiles, not the miles. So there's a spectrum there where you want to get all the smiles while you're getting the miles done. Sounds like a good life principle too. Harper's Cemetery. Makes you wonder what we're living for. I'm living for Christ. This is what remains of St. John's Episcopal Church. It says it served as a hospital and barracks during the Civil War and suffered considerable damage. There's another beautiful church coming up. Looks to be very iconic. Just lovely little town. Enjoying a really nice meal here at the Rabbit Hole. Harper's Ferry. What a cool place. George Washington first saw the potential of this area because of the falling water to harness that for industrial use. So at the time, there were factories all up and down this road, mostly manufacturing weapons. I think I read 600,000 rifles, like flintlock rifles, were manufactured. Those rifles were then brought down to the armory, which was over here, and is now gone because it was burned. I had forgotten the details, but the place is famous for John Brown's raid, which was one of the sparks of the Civil War, when he and I think a small army of 21 men came and captured the armory. They were later defeated by the U.S. Marines, I think within days or weeks, and tried for treason and hanged. So a fun place to visit. It's a Saturday, so there's a lot of tourists here. It's going to be nice to get back on the Appalachian Trail. So this is the confluence of 2 rivers and 3 states. This is the Shenandoah coming down here and meeting up with the Potomac. So Virginia is to the right, with Loudon Heights being a popular hike to look back at the city. And then I'm standing in West Virginia. And Maryland is right across the bridge. Okay, so we're almost halfway by mileage. Just got to meet a couple through hikers, Foxtrot and Traps, and her parents, who are staying here for a couple days in Harper's Ferry. Just enjoying a little break in the trail action. So goodbye, Harper's Ferry. Hello, Maryland. Train track is right next to us here. Welcome to Maryland. It's nice, easy walking on this canal path. Looking back at Harper's Ferry. This would be pretty fun to whitewater down. I've seen a raft already. There it is on the rocks up ahead. But the water is just flat moving. I guess all the spring melt coming down from the mountains. So today's been a good rest day. Here's the hostel where I'm staying tonight. And did just 2.5 miles to get here. A little bit away from the city and the noise. Peaceful up here on this bluff overlooking the Potomac River. So I have decided to slow down a bit, just enjoy the ride more. Only planning on doing this once. I want to make the most of it. Good morning, it's Easter Sunday and it's a beautiful day here, just north of Harper's Ferry. Look at these beautiful trees. Having a nice walk along the path this morning. Well, thank goodness the route I was supposed to take back to the AT from the hostel crosses a train track, and there was a coal train there, and there wasn't really another way around without going miles and miles back to Harper's Ferry or having a vehicle. So just heard the train whistle blow and I can see the coal train is moving. It's probably one of those 2-mile trains. But anyway, enjoyed a good Easter Sunday morning. Got to watch my home church live stream and see people I know worshiping, and hung out with the guys at the hostel for a bit. Now it's time to get back out in the great outdoors, God's creation. Very, very pretty today. Tomorrow's supposed to be 100% chance of rain with temperatures in the low 40s. Amtrak. I remember years ago, I was probably 10 or 11 years old, my grandmother took me on an Amtrak train from DeLand, Florida, up to Boston. And at that time, if you bought 10 or 12 boxes of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, there were these coupons, and the kid got to go free. So I was the kid. We went up to Boston and visited relatives and ate Farrell's ice cream with a bunch of sticky hot fudge sauce on top. That's a nice memory. That's my grandma. She was really special. Beautiful, isn't it? It's Sunday afternoon. I'm in no hurry, so decided to take a Blue Blaze trail off the AT, 0.2 miles each way to Weaverton Cliffs. And it looks like it's going to be an excellent overlook of the Potomac River from here, and probably a final look back to Harper's Ferry. Easter Sunday lunch on the trail. Just slather some of that almond butter on. It's really good. Here's the lunch spot I get to enjoy. There's Harper's Ferry way in the distance, and the river comes down and the trail. And down there is where I cross the train tracks to begin the ascent up here. I think now we're probably 600 or 800 feet above the river, up on these cliffs. Well, this is really cool. We're near a site of a historic Civil War battle, but also here at Gathland State Park. So I believe now, after reading all the placards, that this is a memorial to the men who fought and died in the Civil War. The Battle of South Mountain. This is Crampton Gap, and Union met the rebels here. As the daylight is coming to a close, I get to enjoy one more beautiful viewpoint on Easter Sunday. Hope you all had a happy Easter with your families. Even up here on this ridge, I got to talk with my mom and dad and a friend and my wife. It was a really good day. Just lots of farmland and homes. There's a city in the distance. It's probably toward Washington, D.C. You can see a skyline about 30 miles from here. So, beautiful day. Tomorrow's supposed to be rainy and cold all day, so soaking this up. But if I don't post again, good night, y'all. Blessings, happy Easter. He is risen. The Lord is risen indeed. Hallelujah. Good morning. See, it's the Monday morning. When I got to the shelter last night, got to see Adam again. We met some days ago at another shelter. He's over here from the UK for 3 months, hiking as much of the Appalachian Trail as he can. Really great guy. So it's just the two of us there. Got down to about 32 degrees, and I think it's supposed to stay there the rest of the day. The rain hasn't started yet, so thankful for that. Today we're supposed to pass the original Washington Monument. And yeah, feeling pretty good. Just getting started. Planning about 15 miles. There's a beautiful church along the way, getting toward what I think is Washington State Park, where the monument is. Here's the view from up top. It's just starting to rain. Getting pretty chilly and windy. But atop the Washington Monument. So it started with sleet, and was mostly sleet, and then now snow. maybe a little wintry mix with some rain mixed in. I'm gonna rest at this shelter, have a little lunch. So now it's snow. Up ahead is Adam. I was glad to see him again. We were hiking some, but his pace is a little faster than me. So I've given him the trail name Tears, because he's from the UK, and he seemed to like that. So maybe that'll stick. But it fits his personality. He's a real happy guy. We're planning on stopping in the same shelter tonight in about 4 or 5 hours. So it'll be nice to get a warm meal, something hot to drink, fire up the stoves. But miles to go before we sleep. Miles to go before we sleep. Looks like more of the same ahead. Plenty of white stuff. It's being pretty smart setting up the hike as a flip-flop to avoid the winter weather. And the beauty of the Appalachian Trail is you never know, so you prepare for everything and just kind of work with it. They say you can't fight the trail, you just roll with what you got. So here's what we got today.